Hey, howdy and welcome. I'm Mike, your board gaming every dude, and today we are going to be playing Dice Miner solo mode, but we're actually going to be playing using Sovranti, which means that we can play on our phone. You can also play on your tablet or your laptop. I'm usually on my laptop, but I want to show you how this works so you can have some solo games for when you're waiting for a plane, in the car, whatever. If you are interested in using Sovranti, you can also use my promo code, which I'll put up in the video here, so you can have Platinum access for 3 months. This is not a sponsored video. I just think it's good as an option for games. So let's take a look at Dice Miner. All right, first thing, let's load up Sovranti. We got our nice little logo there. It's a Minnesota, I believe it's Minnesota based. Most of the people are from Minnesota, so correct me if I'm wrong, please. So it's loaded up. We are going to go to our menu. We're going to pick games, and you can see a selection of games available right now. If you have the Platinum access, you can use them all. We're going to go down to Dice Miner. This one has a solo mode, and we're going to pick select game. As you can see, you could have looked at the manual there as well. All right, we've got a nice table set up here for Dice Miner. Let's go ahead and create a table. And I'm going to mark that I'm ready. And the game is going to load up. And the good thing is the game actually manages the scoring for us, so we don't have to count that up. But here's a quick how to play if you don't want to read the instruction book. The solo play instructions are just 2 pages, but the game's getting set up. And what it is we are little dwarf dudes, and we are mining 3 different mountains, trying to get as much treasure as possible. It's a quick game. It can go in about 5 minutes if you like. There's plenty of strategy. So what's on the screen? I have down below what are called magic die. These blue die, 2, 2, and 1. Those allow me to re-roll what's in the mountain. I'll show you as we go. You'll also see in here you have green dice, and those all have special abilities. The shield are going to protect us from dragons. See those come up. The pickaxe there, that's going to protect us from cave-ins. And then we also have another green one. I don't think it's showing yet. Oh, it's a treasure trove where we can cache our treasures. Don't worry, it's all going to make sense. We've got the beer icon. Beers are wild. So when we pick a beer, we can turn it to any dice that we want. In this case, it can only be a 1, and let me explain why. As you mine this mountain, you have to make rows of numbers starting from 1 all the way to 5. So I've rolled a 1, so now to pick the next dice down, it's got to be either a 1 or a 2 in order to keep going. You can always pick the green and the yellow. The yellow dice are treasures. So that's 1 point for each treasure icon on the dice. But Sovranti makes it easy because you can see highlighted in green are only 2 valid choices. So I can pick a 1, and I'm going to do that. I am going to pick a shield, why not? And you'll see the 4 isn't highlighted because I don't have a 3 or a 2 for it to follow. I want that treasure, and I want that pickaxe. I want another 1 to start a new row. Good. And of course this beer that is blue, and I can change its value. A blue beer can be 1, 2, or 3 magic. So it's basically 3 chances to, and it would normally be a reroll in multiplayer. In solo, what is it called? It's recycling. It lets you, the magic die let you recycle, and I'll show you what that is in a moment. Let me pick this beer. And I'm going to change that to 3 treasures. I mean, come on. I'm always going to pick the best one. Now you'll see there are no valid dice for me to keep mining down this mountain because I would need 2s, and then I would need some 3s to get those 4s. So here's what I'm going to do. I can either refill the mountain, but I can only do that twice because remember there's only 3 mountains, or I can spend magic. That's what I'm going to do. Click spend magic. And I only need to pick away 1. So I'm going to pick 1. This means I get to select 1 die to recycle 1 time, and I'm going to get rid of this 4. So that's going to go back in the bag. It might reappear later. I'm going to take 1 treasure, 1 shield, And because each one of these only protects against one disaster or problem. So each shield protects against one dragon, which none of them are out yet. We'll see. I'll take those 2 treasures and I'll take these wilds. I'm going to make it a 2. See, I could start another row for 1 or get a 2. There, so I got a row going. If I could just get down to that 3, then we'd be good to go, which, hey, I can. So let me pick this wild, and I'm going to make it a, oh boy, should I make it a 1, 2, or 3? I think I should make it a 2. There we go. See if my strategy's right. Now I can pick the 3. Now I can pick the 4. Now I can get the 5. And since I have 1 and 2, and again, you'll always know because it's highlighted in green, I'll get the 3. Awesome, so we're doing okay. And I'll take that shield, and that is not worth me discarding, so I'm just gonna refill the mountain. My first refill. I'll confirm. Cool. Rolling the mountain die. All right, so we've got some dragons, we've got some cave-ins, and in the multiplayer game, the number of cave-in symbols matters. So does the number of dragons. I don't believe in the solo that it matters. It's made very simple. All right, I only have 1 die I can pick. Let's pick it. So let's set the beer value to 3. I mean, come on. And then I can pick a 1. I could get a 4 if I could just get there. I get 1 treasure, and I can start another 1 row. That's good. But all right, to get a 5, I would need a 4, and that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna make this a 4. Now I can mine that 5. I'll go so you can see my rows here. And 2 cave-ins, that's okay. I can guard against 1. I only have 1 pickaxe. So which one's gonna benefit me more? I think this one. I hope I was right. Good. So since that pickaxe protected me from that cave-in, that now also, I believe it converts to a point in solo. We'll find out. All right, I've got the beer, 3 treasures. Wouldn't pick anything less. Let's see. In the multiplayer, you would just roll that and get a random result. That doesn't happen in the solo mode. There's a little less randomness in the solo mode. It's pretty much straight up strategy. The only randomness is how the dice fall into the mountain, which is plenty. I'm going to take that magic die, thank you. And I can put that 2 down for the 1. All right, and now I'm at a standstill, so I need to discard. I've got 4 magic dice, let's use them. Because I can only refill the mountain once, so I'll use a 2. This means I get to recycle 2 dice. I only have the access to the 1 because it's at the top, and I'll also discard this cave-in because I don't have a pickaxe. Let's take that magic, and I can take that dragon because I have a shield to protect. I can take 2 more dragons. And now I'm in trouble because I can't really do anything else. So let's use some magic, because I've got 4 magic die, I'm fine. Let's use a 2 and get rid of 2 5s because I can't use them. Let's recycle this one and this one, because that leaves me 2 that I can get. I can get a treasure cache. See, that has 2 treasure boxes, so the next time I draw a treasure, I can select to cache it, which means at the end of the game, it's going to be worth twice as much. However, I can only pick 2 treasures for that, so you want to pick wisely. I wish I'd gotten it earlier. And that's the end. I'm not going to spend magic to discard or recycle when, I mean, I just don't, yeah, I can't see any need for that. Yeah, I'd put him back in the bag, but still. I've got plenty of magic dice. All right, let's hope I have something I can use. Good, there's a 1 at the top, and I can use that. I can put a 3 over my 2. I can, nope, nothing's highlighted. So let's use my magic die. Do I want to use the 1, 2, or 3? Let's see, if I discard, I think I'm gonna use 2. Yeah, I'm gonna use 2. I'm gonna spend 2 magic to discard 1 and 2, because I don't have a pickaxe for those. Man, I wish those were dragons. My shields are pretty much wasted. I would like to use the 4. Cool, which means I can now put a 5. I need a 2 really bad, which I'm gonna get. Now, I'm gonna cache this treasure. It's really not the most valuable. I'd rather cache my 2 and 3s, but there are no 2 and 3 treasures coming up, so let's cache it. All right, and yes, I wanna use that pickaxe so that I can protect myself from these cave-ins. I'm gonna take a 2, and it lets me get a 3, and it looks like I need a 4 to be able to use that 5. So let's use this beer, make it a 4. Perfect. And protect myself from the cave-in. And I'm going to pull a 5. Treasure cache that I can't use. A magic dice that I'm not gonna need. And a 2. Cool. And I guess I'll spend a magic die, and I only need to discard 1. So let's use my 1 magic die. I'm not sure if the magic die are worth points at the end. I'm gonna discard that cave-in. I'm going to grab a 1 and grab the magic die, and I'm gonna go to scoring. Let's confirm the game is ended. So we've gone over how to play, and we've done a playthrough this quickly. You can see there's not much of a learning curve at all to use in the Sovranti app. And the reason I'm using this also, there's a good group that I do a game group with on Tuesday nights when I can. All right, so I'm improving, not too bad, but I can do better. So I got 42 points, so I didn't really do that great. I can do a lot better if I strategize better. So yeah, got to work on that. There's the end of the game there. And there's a Discord for Sovranti as well that you are welcome to use for how to set it up and how to play. And I'll put it on the screen here. My code is Solo Army. Hopefully that shows up somewhere that I'm pointing. I never know where it's gonna go. But that's that. So quick review of Dice Miner. As you can see, the solo mode it's actually quite different from the multiplayer, because in the multiplayer you are rolling the dice. So like when I pick up the beer, I would roll it and randomly get a result and have to stick with it, where with the solo it seems they want you to be strategizing more, minimizing that randomness. You don't have a solo opponent, you're just working against the mountain, where in the multiplayer you're working against the mountain and against other players. Having said all that, I actually really enjoy the multiplayer. We played on Tuesday game night, we played Dice Miner Golf, which is where you use golf scoring, or in other words, you're trying to have the lowest score. You are trying to avoid getting points. If you can go negative, even better. So that was a lot of fun. I enjoyed it. This one, the solo, threw me off at first because it's so much more strategic. But I actually enjoyed it. I don't know how I can get a whole lot more points, so I'll have to play it a few more times. If you figure that out, definitely let me know, but I love it for a quick 5 to 10 minute game where I'm using my brain, but I'm not necessarily melting it. So check it out. Let me know what you think. Is that for you? How do you feel about playing board games on an app? Does it have a place? I think it does. I think there's plenty of time for it. I still prefer the physical copy every time, but I can't travel with that. So let me know what you think. In the meantime, be sure to check out this other solo playthrough on Sovranti of Planet Unknown. All right, I love you all. See you next time.